Hello, Mega Bonkers. Welcome back to the channel. Just double checking. Upload score at the leaderboard is off. We're playing today with a little bit of keys. I've actually been recommending to try this a lot for a while, but I found that it didn't really work the way I was expecting it to. Sometimes you do get freebies, but sometimes you don't. I've actually played the first like 30 seconds of this because I was trying to fix the effects on it. We have. Give me projectile quantity. I'm expecting to get good things from chess here, so I'm living on a prayer somewhat. You look 10 years older with the mustache, but in a good way. Yeah, I shaved. I was looking pretty homeless for a while. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was. Oh wait, hold on. I said it was free. Oh, that was free as well, dude. That's insane. It doesn't increase the price of the chest either. So it means like I get. Dude, hold on a minute. Oh my god, did they change the way it worked? Because I swear to god, it never used to do a free icon every single time. Like whenever you actually got a free chest, it just didn't go down. Holy moly. I'm working on the MEGABONK. 1,000 keys. If you don't know what the keys do, it has a chance, a 10% chance to make your next chest free. That's it, right? However, I think there was something going wrong with it in the past because I've ran key builds before and given it a try and noticed that nothing really worked. Like I was still paying for chests. That being said, I was using 100 and not 1,000, so we've definitely maybe hit the threshold here of, of it being free all the time, which is good. I like that. Yeah. I guess constipation also helps with the weight loss too. I would say so. Yeah, probably. Well, I mean, yes and no. More so like not. More so because I wasn't eating at all when I was really ill like a month and a bit ago, I suppose. But yeah, nevertheless. Yeah, welcome to MEGABONK. I guess after that little goblet of information, by all means, please subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, and maybe suggest some more stuff down below. But if you want to see more MEGABONK stuff. Also fun to see you farm modded runs so much. I don't think suggesting that mod would result in so much content. Dude, it's good, man. It's exactly like, listen, there's still people that do occasionally leave a comment that's like, why are you doing this? And also you're cheating, you're ruining the leaderboard. And also I think I had one yesterday because I was running like maximum luck. I had like 750,000 luck on a MEGABONK run, and somebody was like, why would you even go Fox? And if you don't know what Fox is, their passive, the character Fox, their passive is that they gain 2% luck every level, right? It was purely vibe based. It literally did not matter what I took in that run. I was like, I'm gonna win, it's fine, right? But obviously it was a confusing thing for some people, but it's just not that big a deal, man. People need to like really let the vibes overcome them a little bit more, man. What's wrong with like a quirked up white boy getting a little bit derpy every once in a while, man? We don't need to make it such a big deal, you know? I'm gonna get absolutely fried, man. I'm actually not doing any damage here. Gonna go for some more projectiles, I think. What's your thoughts on the CSGO market collapse? Pretty funny. I'm actually curious as to like what my my inventory's value is now, though, if I can be honest. Because like I've never like participated. I'm gonna take that. I've never participated in like buying, selling, trading, gambling, or anything like that. But I did play a shitload of Counter-Strike Global Offensive back in the day. Like I think I've probably got like 800 plus hours on it. So I don't have any money in skins, but I have money in crates. There was like some crates that I had that were like, I think like 40 bucks a pop or something. It was something crazy. I didn't have a whole lot of them, but I had a solid amount where I was like, well, if I ever need like $300 like for a Steam game, I could probably make that happen pretty easily. But yeah, I don't know. It's pretty funny in that like in my head, it's so funny because like in my head I'm like that like Counter-Strike Go skins were like the closest thing I could think of to like an NFT that actually made any sense, because people used them and they were worth something. And I was like, you know what? That's like the only case where I'd be like, that's an NFT that works. And then all of a sudden, Valve were just like, why don't we make it so that it doesn't work? You know? Why don't we make it so that it doesn't work? Gotta say, like, big ups to the people that insider traded and bought a bunch of reds. Like, a bunch. So, like, to be fair, if you don't know what happened to Counter-Strike, they released an update that allows you to uptrade 5, I think it's 5 red skins into like one. It's guaranteed to make like a legendary knife skin. And knife skins are extremely valuable, as you can imagine. Red skins, they can still be worth a little bit, to be fair, but they're not worth like, you know, nearly as much as like a Karambit Fade or whatever ones with special patterns on them and all that kind of jazz. And this tanked the market, man. This like, oh, something's happened. This is not the run that I thought would crash MEGABONK, if I can be honest with you. Give me a second, hold on. Okay. The game actually did crash, but we're gonna have to start again. But we've got our keys, we're back. I don't even remember the items that I took, man, to be honest with you, but like we ball on the rhythm. You're gonna fail regardless of what you do. This teacher's not following my accommodation plan. Well, I will, and then in that case, you know, it's 5 hours before your exam, and I would say Godspeed and good luck out there. You're not like totally cooked, alright? You try your best, but you know, it's gonna be tough, right? You're fighting an uphill battle. But I don't know. I think I'd probably say that my plan of you just leaving a little bit earlier than you literally have to, like, do not leave. You're like, oh, I have to leave in 15 minutes to get there with 30 seconds to spare for my exam. How about you leave like 45 minutes before you have to leave and then chill out, take a nice dump in the toilet, scroll on your phone, get a sandwich, go to the bathroom again. It's the second time, take another dump, get some water and chill, you know? Isn't that not much nicer plan? Did you just use an auto clicker to click exactly 1,000 times? I used an auto clicker to click like 994 times and then I finished it off. I was like, it's alright, Clanker, I'll take it from here. Let's go Slippery Ring. Oh, that could not be better for what we're running credit card red on this little ditty. It's insane that it doesn't increase the price of the chest. Okay, dude, if we get Kevin, it doesn't matter. Because all the chests are free, it doesn't matter at all. It's good, though. Yeah, to be fair, I would say that if your teacher wasn't, like, accommodating or following your accommodation plan, I'm not really sure what that means. I presume it has maybe something to do with, like, dyslexia or maybe, like, sight impairment or something like that. And that's pretty messed up that the teacher's not accommodating that in a lot of regards. But dude, is that not so perfect? Because like you can cause a stink and probably get your grade bumped up pretty heavily if you cause a little bit of a fuss. You can make a lot of things happen if you make a fuss, provided that it's like a vaguely reasonable fuss. Like you kind of have like some grounds for being, you know, angry, and you have one. So make use of this golden goose. Take advantage of it, you know. Any tips for new players trying to beat his high score at 10k? I'm probably the wrong person to ask. I think like my best one that I've done is like 60k or something like that, but it's been a long time since I've tried to go for like any kind of high score. Curse, XP are like your big ones. Honestly, the meta changes like every 15 minutes on what the other two tomes should be, and also what the other two weapons would be. I'd say like maybe watch like a YouTube video on like somebody getting their PB. Ignore the fact that it's 7 hours long. But yeah, I like you kind of want to be existing in a state of like one-shotting the enemy at all times. I think. Oh, luck tome as well is probably what you want to be taking 100% as well. So like if you're not kind of one-shotting or like close to one-shotting everything as soon as they spawn, get a little notch up on the damage. You want to be trying to keep like you don't want to be doing too much damage that it's a waste. You want to be doing just enough damage to clear waves, and then Tome, 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 and then the enemies start to get a little bit too strong for you, and then you go, okay, time to get the damage up again, tome, 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 damage up again, tome, 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 tome. And it's that balancing act. Megabonk high score runs are less so about like genuine skill at the game, and more so like about like genuine skill at micromanaging numbers, I would say. Which is, there's nothing wrong with that, but like it's kind of how it runs. On a scale of 1 to 10, how surprised are you to hear the 6-7 coin? Which was recently rug pulled, of course. That's great. Oh, sorry, it shouldn't bring a smile on my face every time I hear about a rug pull. Oh, man. I don't know why. A little smirk just creeps across my face, and I'm trying to catch it, but it's a slippery little bugger, that one. Ooh. So you're telling me that... Okay, you're telling me that 6-7 coin, which is a meme, was drug pulled. That's a shame. I'm so sorry to hear about that. Beefy ring? You already know what it is. More chest, please. Moldy cheese. We're going to be getting a lot of comments here. They literally fired all about 10 people from the game studio. New World. I actually, I hope he's doing well. Like, I genuinely, I heard about New World firing everybody. Or firing a lot of people. I actually, like, one of my viewers, like, who I'd spoken to a little bit, was a developer at Amazon Game Studios and was working on New World. I won't reveal, like, what department he's in, but I would say that it is definitely a department that has been, you know, deemed probably redundant at this point because they're not making content for the game anymore. So, like, yeah, that's a shame. I didn't play any of the expansions in New World at all. I played it when it first came out, and I was like, this game's pretty gas. One of the most fun moments of the game for me was like me and two of my friends desperately fighting for our lives because we insisted on playing with the PvP like turned on, and then a much higher level player than us rolling through the kind of one of the starting like, you know, quest areas, and us literally like ducking for cover in bushes to try and not be killed by him, you know? That was a lot of fun. I think the game, I tried to play some of the PvP, it was a little bit like awkward. The way that it works, like you have, you know, different weapons or different moveset kind of things, and you have two, and then you're like, you know what I'm saying? There was something about it that was just a little bit weird. But like it was a fun game. And to be honest with you, it was one that I was considering maybe introducing to B. But I guess like that one's kind of like in the toilet, or maybe it's not in the toilet. Maybe like it's an excuse to like show it before it like disappears, I suppose. I don't know. I came into the stream to hear the 6-7 coin comment. Somehow knew it was Tom. Tom is basically my financial advisor at this point, man. He's like, he's giving me the intel. I'm sitting here wondering if I can take advantage of the dead cat bounce on 6-7 coin. Maybe I can make a little bit of Skrilla. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. What are we thinking? Do we think it's gonna like? Do we think it's gonna dead cat bounce a little bit and then do its thing? It might do, dude. I mean, happens all the time. Thought he's holding up the entire Ross Empire. Yeah. Possibly, yeah. I feel so bad for the New World team. He's got completely gotten after all that time and effort they put into the game to make it so good. Did they not, like, am I right in thinking, because I have not followed New World like at all, unfortunately. Did they just release like a new expansion and then get rid of it? And then get rid of everybody, I suppose. I mean, that's like, that's kind of crazy work, to be fair. They did. The thing is, like, this is why, like, I love MMORPGs, man, but like people can't make them at all, dude. Unless you were making MMOs like, you know, 15 to 20 years ago and it's still alive to this day, you're in trouble, man. You're in trouble. Like, what are like some of the biggest MMORPGs in the world, right? Like World of Warcraft, sure. Final Fantasy 14, sure. Old school RuneScape, sure. I think like one of the only ones that I can even think of that's still like profiting in any way is like MapleStory, man. And that's like a 2D side-scrolling like platform MMORPG that's like probably like a lot. And it's heavily monetized as well. Like if you want to get like over a mil power level or something like that, brother, like get the credit cards. Credit card time. Like what other ones have we got? I forgot about MapleStory somehow. This is a crazy thing, man. People don't remember MapleStory or play MapleStory, but it's still like one of the biggest like grossing money-wise games in the world. Every year, bro. Like, it's worth billions and billions of dollars, man. There's a reason why Nexon ain't... I've done nothing but support it over the years. Because it's literally like a gambling MMORPG. Every single system is, like, designed to extract currency from you in some way. The game is never without an event that gives you an option to skip the event if you pay money on, like, an Octofest pass. Get your Octofest pass and you can, instead of having to sign in tomorrow and get like your VIP booster that spawns a bunch of mobs on the map that give you like 100 times XP, you can instead buy a pass with Maple points. But to get Maple points, you have to spend your money to buy them. And then it's 3k Maple points, which is like probably like $3 real or something like that. And then from there, you can do all this. And if you want to upgrade your weapon, you have to use your scrolls, but you have limited amounts of scroll usage, and then there's a chance that your weapon literally breaks and gets destroyed if you do it. And then also, if you want to like make your weapon stronger and roll for better stats on it, you can use cubes. But the cubes are extremely RNG, and they can sometimes drop from things, but they're super duper rare, so you either buy them on the marketplace or you could buy them with coin, like real life money. But then we also sell bright cubes, and we sell all these other cubes that give you like a guaranteed chance of rolling at this particular rarity of thing. But it doesn't mean you're gonna get the stat that you want. And then also, if you wanna, you have your innate traits or whatever that give you like plus 4% mace drop from enemies, and all these presets you can do, and you can get like a transmogulator thing that's like a little circulator, I think it's called, and that gives you like a guaranteed chance of getting one of these particular things, but it might not be the thing that you want and you have to spend more money. If you want to get a vacuum pet in MapleStory, this is like the most insane shit ever, but it is true. You have to like roll a gacha for pets that cost like, I think like $5 each, to get a chance at a pet that has a trait that is able to potentially, if you use an item on it or something like that, can roll into a vacuum pet. And the vacuum pet is like broken because it can suck up every item on the map, which makes like mobbing like incredibly more efficient and easier. I think do you know what the thing is? Here's the thing with like games that do this. I'm not even against it, okay? Like I'm not even like, you can have as many mechanics as you want, right? Like that are that, because I would choose to not interact with them or spend money on your game. But that's as simple as that. I think my biggest problem with it is that every single transaction you make is obfuscated by like a completely nonsense currency that doesn't exist in real life, right? Like MapleStory requiring you to change your dollar or your pound or your euro into NX credits, which then have to be turned into Maple points, which are then turned into passes to then skip parts of the content so that you're like making, you know, more progress in the game. Just fucking give me one option that's like, do you want to skip a level? $1, $2. Get $2 and you skip a level, right? Because I'll if it's just beep, one level, beep, one level, beep. That's fine, dude. I'm comfortable with that because I know exactly how much I'm spending. You can budget a lot easier. But if I'm working with unicorn dollars, I'm gonna, it can and it does mess people's perception of like what is real and what is not up big time. I've had friends like spend like $400, and I've been sitting next to people who spend like literally £250 on teamfight tactic eggs, right? And not get what they're trying to get. It's crazy. Eve's still making money? I can see that, yeah. But like that's like totally different because like the only people that are still funding and helping that game are like the most disposable income demographic on planet Earth. They're all software developers and people that have like middle management IT jobs. So like they don't even count. They don't factor into the equation because like they know what they want and they will spend money on it, right? They're also not playing other games. There's no doubt in my mind. People that play Eve, the serious guys that play Eve and are like spending their money. I had a subscription to Eve, right? Once upon a time. People that are playing Eve, they got Excel open at work, right? Like they work. they're serious about it, man. And honestly, I think that they probably don't spend that much money on the game for the hours that they spend on it as well. I can't recall that many microtransactions from Eve, if I'm honest with you. And I don't recall it being particularly unfair. XP tone, luck tone, XP. You think you're luck? Curse. We can hang about for a little bit. I'm really not like going crazy on the damage here. We got 6 modi. I mean, to be fair, our damage is gonna start going crazy. We got 2 credit cards now. Is MapleStory a scam? I love MapleStory. I love it. It's one of my favorite games of all time. When I was 13 years old and I had my... Now, granted, I wasn't that into my first girlfriend. I was just like a 13 years old, and then a girl's friend was like, "Do you want to like date this one?" And I was like, and she had like big boobs, so I was like, "Sure, okay." Like I hate to say it, right? But like that was like 13-year-old me. I was like, that's my priority in life, and that's fine. But I would unfortunately ignore her completely to play MapleStory with my guild, and I was not very good, efficient at mobbing. So when my guild are all like moving on to their, you know, their 3rd job or whatever, and my ass is sitting there level 70 on the stairway to whatever in Orbis, trying to kill like Linos and stuff like that, and I'm getting absolutely mogged in the ratings. I'm sliding down the rankings. I had to put in the time and the work, man. And did it work? Did I get 3rd job or whatever? No, I didn't. Okay, but I tried my best, and that's all that matters. I need to get the fuck out of here like pronto. Please get out of my way. Happy birthday, Wolfric. I appreciate you stopping by on your birthday. You passed your written driving exam as well. Let's go. I know that there's like stuff in order for loot crates to have like... See, do you know what would make like me okay with loot crates completely? Sorry, Charlie, excuse me. Don't show that. We're trying to be PG-13 here, Don. What are you doing? Do you know what would make me completely comfortable with loot crates? If there was an option that was like, just buy the thing that you want, right? See, if it was like, buy a loot crate for $5 or spend $100 to get the thing that you want, I'd be like, that's fine. But if something's like 0.001% or some bullshit and I have to like pull it 500 times, I'm like, fuck, man, that's bad juju, like all the way down, man. I can't be stomaching that. Legendary damage tome. I can like, okay, I like Star Citizen in theory. Charlie, where are you? Nah. You're trying to eat stuff up there. Yeah, Star Citizen's a weird one. I have a friend who has bought the £750 Hammerhead battleship or whatever it was, right? But he lives in like Royal Air Force like airbase and basically doesn't pay rent. So like he has an unbelievable amount of disposable income that realistically he shouldn't be allowed because he obviously spends it on like toys. I feel like it would I could be okay with those things costing what they cost if the game wasn't what it was, you know? Because I think you like I need to pick my words carefully here because at the end of the day I was gonna say like they are an indie game company, but like very technically are they an indie game company, like in the fact that they started from being an indie game company, but they've made a lot of money over the years. It's just a weird game, man. It really toes the line. It's sometimes when you're playing it, right, everything just like kind of works in tandem for about 25 minutes, and it's like the greatest game you've ever played in your entire life. I'm not really a space game guy, but sometimes it just hits unbelievably different, and you're like, my god, this is like the future, man. And then you fall through like an elevator shaft, and then you like do one quest over and over again, and they all end up kind of being like the same quests. Like you're taking quests and it's all kind of the same thing over and over, and you're just like, and then you're doing one of those quests and an NPC accidentally like runs across the screen across your crosshair, gets shot in the head, and then you spend like 40 real life minutes after finally figuring out how to get arrested so you can actually land in friendly airspace, or like land at a state friendly station. You spend 40 minutes mining and fixing generators in a penal colony. You're like, what the fuck am I doing, man? What are we doing here? Like, why? Like, why are we, what did we do to deserve this, man? I get it, man. It's like realism. It's like, it's you play the game. You gotta take the consequences and stuff like that. I don't know, man. It's just annoying. Be a little bit of damage. Money kind of ain't an issue here, is it? I'm so glad that they fixed key, or either that, or I needed to take 1,000 of them to make it work. I've only ever played Star Citizen on the free weekend, by the way. That I remember, like, during one of the free weekends, when I'm playing a game for the first time, this is like kind of insane. It's kind of like reading the Wikipedia of food that you happen to be eating at the time. I like to kind of like engross myself in the subreddit and see like what their community is kind of like in its natural form. Going on the MapleStory subreddit, they are not speaking Korean, but it might as well be Korean with a lot of this shit, because everything is abbreviated. This is a game that like they kind of expect you to know like what every abbreviation means. There was a game that I played like vaguely recently, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, dude, it was Digimon Masters Online, where I watched like a noob to pro guide that was supposed to help me figure out what the hell I was doing, and I did not. I came out of it so much more confused than when I went in, because the guy was just using nothing but acronyms for things I never even heard of, and I was like, brother, I need you to just tell me like where to go and what to do to get like my, you know, just to get me going. All right, we'll deal with like the hard shit later, but right now I just need to fucking survive, okay? But with Star Citizen, I remember during one of the free weekends there was like quite a bit of uproar, because in the patch notes like roadmap thing for what they were working on, there was one that was like somebody was working on like a hot dog stand, and also like the mechanics surrounding a hot dog stand, so you could buy hot dogs in the game. And people were like, are you fucking serious? Like, are you kidding? People were furious, man, because they were like, I'm falling through elevator shafts and drifting into outer space. Adrenaline, by the way, thank you so much for the sub. I greatly appreciate it. I'm like kind of like, I'm zoomed in on a tangent right now, so like, I mean, sorry, I wasn't ignoring you. We're falling through every part of the map, and where everybody's having like a really tough time. Optimization is like in the toilet, and then there's some intern that's been tasked, as it would turn out, with creating like a working not prototype, but like working version of a of a hot dog stall, man, in a space station. And it's just so good, man. And I get it, like, you know, you have hundreds of people working on a game. Not everybody can be, you know, working on like every part of it. Somebody has to be working on. We have to have the hot dog stand people of the world, right? But it's just so funny, man. And I love watching it happen. Yeah, this is a mod, yeah. Oh, you're a MIDI set. Oh, okay. This is a microwave over here, right? It is. Got a couple of relics, man. I have no idea what you're talking about. Just game development, man. I go on game dev, like r/game dev a lot. I like reading about it, man. I was on r/game dev. Like I do my morning ablutions and like when I wake up before I figure out what I'm gonna do for the day. So I just sit at my computer, you know, like catch up on emails and catch up on like Twitter and anything funny happened in the last time I logged in. And went r/game dev today, and there was like a post being like, I dislike my game, and it's like just some dev being like, you know, I've worked for like hundreds of hours on this, and I'm feeling like it's not fun anymore. Like I don't feel like it's fun to play. Is it just me, or is it because I've been working on it? And then people are like, yeah, man, listen, I spent 1,000 hours on my game, and I cannot derive any fun from it. But that doesn't mean that it's not fun, and it doesn't mean that you're not making progress and getting to where you want to go, right? Everybody's your own worst critic. But then there was one guy that was like, I looked up your game, it looks like shit, you should give up. I mean this seriously, good luck in your life. And I was like, holy fuck, man. And like, it kind of just went like the guy was just like, oh, that's a bit mean, but okay. Oh man, another beefy ring. See, the thing is, I've got 2 cursed grabbies. I'm not loving it. Not loving it. I'm not loving it. Loving it. Credit card green again. Yeah, another credit card green. We've got a lot of credit cards here. What's her damage at? 54 times. Another key. Ooh. 5'6" is not that bad, bro. Who told you that 5'6" was not that bad? Dude, can we do a little bit of duplication? Wait, hold on. Where's it? Oh, red. Wait, red credit cards are blue? I might be able to get rid of a curse grabby here if I get lucky. I guarantee that I won't though. Slight cannon's fine. I don't mind getting rid of it. Dude, this shit's coming into me hard, man. Did I not fucking do any damage? We're gonna go ahead and not be leveling up curse, because I think we've gone a little bit too far here in the wrong direction. I'll take luck to him though. To be fair, I took slightly cannon. Wait, not was it? Yeah, it's slightly cannon. I took some bad shit. Put it that way. I took some awful items for the love of the game. I mean, wireless dagger is basically just bone with like similar steps, and it's like rocket. That's what it is. Ain't no way 5'9" is the average. I think like in at least in the UK, 5'10" is like the average. I'm 5'10". And like I'm pretty average in every respect, I think. Not much to write home about. Does that dagger use 5G's Bluetooth? So it can't be operated at like long distance like a drone or something. Just taking anything that's like better than green, I think. Blood magic. We're getting unbelievable amounts of XP here. Are we alright? Bone. Oh. 5.5 XP gain right now. I love that it tells you on the right side of the screen now. Unbelievably incredible update to the game. Let's go damage. Oh, pardon me. You know what? We'll take 1. Chill out. Okay, 6 stone golems. See, your damage is like pretty good, man. I don't know what my problem is. What's the best weapon in the game? I think it like very much depends. I feel like generally speaking, well, nah, I don't think people take Aegis anymore. I think Aegis is probably like the best like all-rounder. Does a bit of damage, but it's also like it ends up in a lot of the builds just because it's a safety net, right? Shouldn't be really using the safety net that often, but I do. Suck it all up. Golden Shield. Blood Magic's pretty good as well. I think it's slept on as well. I would agree with you. The Blood Magic is pretty slept on. I take it a lot, even though very rarely do I ever actually notice it's giving me much, if any, HP. I'll be sitting there like 6 minutes into the final wave before I go to the final boss on like tier 3 and be like, yo, holy shit, the Blood Magic's giving me like 28 HP over the last 40 minutes of playing the game. that's goated, man. That's so goated, dude. Okay, we've gotten every single chest we could pick up here. Still on 30 coins though for a chest. I got the mods from Nexus mods. Or the mod, I should say. Yeah, the black hole was, I think, the meta one, and they got nerfed to be like less of a hitbox that couldn't hit like every single enemy in the game. Have you done 100 soul harvesters? I don't think I have. Today's like a MEGABONK like run farming kind of day though. You know what? Just spawn me. We had a crash, so like we should get moving. I really don't do that much damage, man. I'm realizing, even with multiple, even with multiple credit cards, somehow I'm still struggling. Slight cannon. Another dude, another red credit card. Very good. Can I like make a take on modern gaming right now? I think that a lot of people are using friend swap games as a crutch because they know that if they sell one copy, they sell 3 more. I need more single player games. I played that game Misery yesterday, and I was like, this game is such a cool idea and cool concept, but I know for a fact that I'm not getting anywhere near the experience out of it that I should be because it's made for 4 players. Or 5, I think. 4 or 5. And I'm like, there's so much busy work that I would have to do on my own to mimic a fraction of the power that like 3 other people would be able to accumulate. I try to convince a friend to buy Misery with me. It's like just over the threshold, I think, at like 8 or 9 euros, where it would make somebody go, you know, which is a dangerous place to be. Like if a game is like $4 and your friend says like get it, you're like, okay, sure. Even if you only play it for like a single evening, you're like, all right, well, you know what, it is what it is, okay. But like $7 or $8, you're like, does make you pause just for just a moment. How's that friend who loves gambling and crypto been doing lately? He's gone to university and has, I think he's like cut ties with all cryptocurrency. There was a really funny thing that happened to him though that I should, you know what, man, I'm gonna save that for the next episode of MEGABONK. So you better subscribe if you want to hear it. Spoiler alert, it involves him getting some other crypto guy banned on Twitter and a witch hunt, I should say. Very funny stuff. Anyway, moving on. He called the game horrendous and gave it a puke emo. How old is your friend? Like, Chico, I know that you're like, you know, older than me. How old was this guy that you tried to get to play Misery? Because I reckon, like, I don't know, man. Sometimes with Stalker, he's 2 months older than you are. Was he not playing Stalker when it came out? We're kind of like in like we're in like a bit of a Stalker renaissance era, man. People were respecting it a little bit more. I'm gonna take Kevin because we do have a golden shield. Not that we need the money. Now that I'm thinking about it, since you have so much gold, isn't this challenge better for the Archer girl? We don't actually have that much gold. The scaling on Robinette with money is like a bit. We need a whole lot more gold for it to make like any level of difference. I went calcium because he's fast and he's also skateboarding, which a lot of people don't understand when they ask or question why I pick characters. for any given run. So it's usually thematic. I try and be thematic with it sometimes. So if it's a character that scales on luck, and I'm doing a luck build, I'll pick the character that revolves around luck. However, if there's not really any specific thing, I vibe it. And in this case, I wanted a kick-flipping skeleton to be, you know, my hero, I suppose. My paragon, my guy. You don't know if he played Stalker? He needs to take a little trip down to Pripyat, man. He needs to take a little stroll down to Chernobyl and see what the exclusion zone's saying, man. He needs to know about like the futility of greed. All right, get him to the final section of Stalker, and get him to make his wish, okay? And see what happens, man. Let him see what it's like to see the monkey paw curl, okay? In real time. The frivolity, the futility of man. Would you survive in Death Stranding? I don't understand any of Death Stranding because it's a Kojima game, so I'm gonna go ahead and say either yes or no. That being said, though, like, I do wonder what like my what my Death Stranding name would be. With characters like Die Hard, man. I'm like, what would my based on like current recent circumstances that have befallen me? Would it be like Can't Shit Man because I was constipated for like 2 weeks? Would that be like my Death Stranding name? I never played the Starter Stalker. It's a good game, man. It's like one of these games that I would reckon it's perfect for like dark winter night, where you've like plans have fallen through. Like maybe you were like gonna do something else, but then a culmination of elements has made it so that your entire night has been completely wiped of plans, and you're like, shit, I don't know what to do with myself. Put that bitch up and just like spend a little bit of time getting lost in the zone, man. It is definitely like a plans cancelled game. I'd say perfect for that. And it's also like dirt cheap, I'd imagine, right? Because it's like pretty old. I think the second one is free on Game Pass as well. If you're like looking to like current gen up a little bit. If you want to new season it, you can feel free to. What are we working with here? Just trying to get my my weapons as close to where we want them to be as possible. Level 30. A lot of legendaries. A lot of legendary blood magics here. Which I'm definitely a respecter of. Damage, wireless dagger. Gamedle has a guess the breast mode for game characters. I always get the guys wrong. I don't imagine I do particularly well on that one. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? 20% damage. Another beefy ring. Yeah, my jump height is not good. No, not my jump height. My number of jumps, but at least we can get up here. I'm not leaving without having picked up every single chest. You're gonna be playing the typewriter game? I already streamed it and then posted a video on it, man. I played it for like 20 minutes in front of B, and she was simultaneously impressed and found it very funny. There's some... I swear to God, there's hackers in that game though, man. But also, there's not one single atom of my body that's ever going to want to buy that game. And, like, Godspeed to the developers. People probably will, man. But I don't know who would spend money on it. Because, like, it is, like, a game that exists as, like, this is a fun concept that would immediately grow tiring after 25 minutes. I foresee, like, a lot of people hitting that up, playing it for half an hour, and then refunding it when they're done, you know? It's just not a game that you're not gonna be maining Final Sentence or whatever. Some people will, but thankfully, like, the fact that that game exists and they're maining it and playing it, like, you know, 4 or 5 hours a day means that they are being stopped from being a menace to society. So there's that's something at the very least. If Roblox can do it better, you know you're cooked. Has Roblox got a game mode like that? This is coming from the guy who's played Baby Steps demo, by the way. Me? I played the baby. What's wrong? Wait, what's the correlation here? Because Baby Steps is like a rage game, right? And yeah, I didn't buy the main game for that either. I just played the demo, and it was fun. But like, you know what they say? Like, a fool and his money are easily parted. Like, I'm not. Like, I know I'm not gonna complete it. I know my limits on a game like a rage bait game like that, right? I know my ass isn't gonna finish it. So why would I even spend the money to have a game sitting in my inventory that's never gonna get done? You know? It's just a disaster waiting to happen. Bone. I'm giving a lot of blood magic some love here. Like, I don't know why though. We're almost maxed out on actually quite a few of our weapons here. I haven't really played a lot of Roblox recently. It's kind of like infested with like genuine brain rot games. And I understand the brain rot concept. It's just that like I just think that like it doesn't need to be that everything is that, you know? How many games do you own in Steam? I'm betting more than 50. I own like hundreds and hundreds of games in Steam. I've had Steam since I was 11 years old. So like, yeah, I've got quite a few games. And it's like, I mean, it's been obviously like PC's been my main mode of entertainment since I was a child, so you're not wrong. Have I completed all of them? No. Have I completed 90% of them? 80, 70, 60, 50% of the games? No. But I have more. I'm budgeting now. I'm now a budgeting gamer. The belt has been tightened. Times are tough, and I know that tough times never last. Only tough people last. But I gotta be a little bit smarter with the thingy. You're what you're playing Megabonk. How is this not the epitome of brain rot? Well, I don't really know what to tell you, man. I don't like disagree with you, but I also don't agree with you simultaneously. I kind of like, you kind of stunlock me because I don't know what to say. Because I would disagree that it's a brain rot game, somewhat, but also like it is obviously a game that like fires up the dopamine receptors. But like, I don't inherently believe that a game that gives you dopamine is brain rot and inherently. Oh. I just realized I'm probably not going to be able to get much out of this, so it's probably a waste. Oh wait, that boosted up my damage a lot actually. Hold on. 227 it was at. Okay, no, it botched there. My damage died on its arse after that. 214 though. Only robots can top that. I don't know, man. It's just like there was like a Plants vs Zombie style game that I found, but you have to like plant plants and they shoot brain rots, and I was like, see, do you know what, man? I would this game would probably be like a lot more fun if like it was just like if it wasn't like brain rot animals. But you have to put up with it, I guess. It's just the price of doing business, I suppose. But the kids fucking love it, though. The kids do love it. Like, B's little brother came over. He's 11 years old. Last weekend. And I was kind of like the man on site for the entertainment hookup. So I went into the attic. I found like one of the old computers that used to have at the Psycho offices. I brought it down. I had to like fish RAM out of, I had to like salvage RAM from other computers and all this kind of stuff to try and like put together a gaming PC. So I had like my laptop, 2 PCs in the living room, and then I had this one that I'm currently on right now as a backup just in case, like, you know, we needed another one, I guess. So I had 3 PCs and a laptop, like suited and booted. And to be fair, he wasn't. He was on TikTok and stuff like in between, but he wanted to play Fortnite, and I was like, you know what, I'll fuck with Fortnite, man. I was quite happy to. I was expecting to spend a lot of time that evening on Steal a Brain Rot, which is like the game for if you're like 11 years old right now. And no, you wanted to play, dude. And that's like I was getting tried. Granted, like I was getting slapped about on that. He was pretty good at it, but I wasn't. But yeah, no. I mean, to be fair, I'll happily play Steal a Brain Rot with a smile on my face, even if I'm not that particularly into it, because it's not about me. It's about like, you know, giving B's little brother like a good experience of like playing video games and it being like, oh, the adults play video games too, like this is cool, you know. But no, Fortnite was chill. He insists on playing build mode though. That's my only problem with Fortnite right now. I was like, can we play no build? He was like, no. And I was like, alright, cool. So I'm shooting somebody and then they're building the Taj Mahal, and I'm just like, we would drop into an area, I would run into a room, there would be no weapons, someone would kill me, and I'd be like, I'm down. And I think he was getting sick of me after a while, because I would, every time we dropped, within like 45 seconds of us hitting the ground, I'd be dead. I'd be just spectating him, man. He was good though, he was good. Respect to him. And I know, like, you know, Fortnite's like the still, I don't know if it's the popular thing, but I'm gonna give credit when you're faced with like 2 options and it's like, play Steal a Brain Rot or Fortnite, and you're picking Fortnite. Kids are alright, man. The kids are alright. Fortnite is like a genuine video game, you know? It's not just like a roller coaster ride that you play to get like a status symbol, you know? Can't wait for a 16-year-old to tell me of the old classic you watched the other day named The Lord of the Rings. I mean, they wouldn't be wrong in saying that, would they? Like, Lord of the Rings is like a pretty... I mean, it is like it's a classic movie. And time is relative, so like, I mean, what was it? I mean, it's been like 20 years or something, right? When was... 2003 was like the... Hold on. Was it 2003? Was it 2001? 2001. One of them was released in 2003. That makes sense. That's a fucking... I mean, that's like... It's pretty old, even for me. Because I'm like... I was like 8 years old when it came out. You know what I mean? You may not have even been born, Tom, for all I know. I feel like... You're playing a dangerous game because you're referring to 16-year-olds as if like they're so far removed from your age, when I'm pretty sure you're not even double their age. Well, double their age would be my age, and you're not my age. You're younger than I am. But like I don't inherently treat you with the same derisiveness that you treat like them, and being like, what the fuck would you know, brother? You're some cum in your daddy's balls when this was going down. Like, you literally probably were, man. I doubt you were alive when the first Lord of the Rings came out, brother. You were a sparkle in your father's eye, you know? Like, you had yet to be cream pied into your mother. And you're talking about fucking Lord of the Rings as if you were there, bro. Where were you when the towers fell, motherfucker? Tell me! Anyway, sorry, we're on the boss. You were born in 1999. But dude, you were still shitting your pants when Lord of the Rings came out, man. Let's chill out, man. I was in school when it came out. And like other people were much older than I was, but I'm just saying we don't need to be like this. I'm 26. You're a decade their senior, man. Let's chill. Like you don't see Shiko treating me like a fucking baby. I guess it changes when you get like slightly older. Cause like imagine if like Shiko treated me the same way that you treat like 16-year-olds, cause that's like about the same age gap between the two of us. But no, we could consider each other peers. We treat each other with like some modicum of respect. But if you're under the age of 25, it's like, well, you're basically a fucking fetus, bro. Like, shut up. Any plans to check out Dispatch? It sounds like a pretty cool game. Very telltale Jason. Am I firing back? Oh no, it's my orbs. It's my orbs, not his orbs. I gotcha. Oh, let me in. Do a little spinning. Bosh. Kickflip. Bosh. Another kickflip. Bosh. Another kickflip. Skirt. Pop shove it. I remember being an adult then. Yeah. I don't really remember much of my first time watching Lord of the Rings. I probably like as an 8-year-old or I only watched it when it came out on like DVD or something. So my first thoughts on it were probably this movie's quite long. Soul Harvester 606 million. It's always a Soul Harvester, man. It's just a go. One of them did so much damage. Blood Magic. It was putting in work. I gotta put more respect on it. I just know that the Bluetooth dagger is sitting at the bottom of the charts here. It was the bone and the wireless dagger. They're basically the same thing. Even though I started with the bone, somehow the wireless dagger like out-damaged me here. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. A little bit more modded Megabonk. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe to the channel. Also like the video. And then also comment down below if you have any other suggestions for more Monster Run. We're going to be farming a little bit on stream today. You feel free to follow on that as well if you want to. And have a great day. See you all next time. Bye!